It has been a really, really long time since I made any new tutorials, any kind of content, period. And this isn't my only channel. I actually have a couple other channels. My main channel that I started out with is a DIY channel, and I haven't done anything on that, and I don't know if I will be able to get back to work on that, doing any more DIY projects on that, especially car repair. Now, if you've seen my other video, then you know what happened. Something really bad happened. I was nearly killed. If you haven't seen that video and you don't know where I've been, why I've been gone so long, I'll put the link to that video down in the description below, explaining what that is, what that was. That was 2 years ago in February, and I will never be 100%. Well, I already had an injury prior to that, but I will never be where I was. I will never be the same again. At least before, I may have had the option of having surgery and getting better, but even then there was no way that I was ever going to return to 100% again. It has been a really long, hard road, and it still is. I'm still struggling. I also have personal things going on in my life. I'm a renter, and it's really hard to do things to keep up your duties as a renter when you have a disability. And even though I'm no longer in a wheelchair, I am severely disabled. I do not know if this would have happened when I was a teenager or when I was at least in my early 20s. I don't know if I would be in the same condition that I am now. Probably not. I probably would have bounced back. But it was a serious injury. I had 2 dislocated hips, and I had a broken pelvis on my left side. I'm being held together now with metal in my shoulder as well. I was told that at some point in my life I will get arthritis. That happened in a year. Actually, it started about 1 year to the day. The arthritis had already started setting in. I was told that I would get better for a while, but then I was going to get bad again. And I was also told that at some point in my life I'm going to need a total hip replacement surgery. Well, when you have pain and you take pain meds and that pain cannot be controlled by pain meds, you've pretty much reached the point where you need that surgery. So that's at the point where I am right now. I'm at the stage right now where I need hip replacement surgery because pain meds will not help me. Things got messed up with my medicals, so I don't know when I'm going to be able to get it. Now, this was 2 years ago that this happened already, and I can barely walk. I can still walk, but with great difficulty. I walk with a cane, and I can barely walk with a cane. I am trying to get back into tutorials, and, despite of everything's going on, I really don't have the time, but this is something that I enjoy doing so much, and I really need to get my mind back to where it was. So I've got to try to force myself, because I've been suffering tremendously, not just physically, but emotionally as well. So I want to get back into tutorials, but I've got a new program that I'm working on, and I'm having some difficulty. My one laptop crashed, so I can't use any of the files on that for any of the videos that I made on that. So as it is right now, I've got to start all over again. Now, this is something where it would help to get an external drive in case accidents like this happened, or store everything in the cloud, or both. And I don't know at this point. There was some really important files, pictures, videos on that, documents on there. I don't know if at this point they'll be able to be retrieved again. I may have lost them all. This is the first time that's happened. Of course, I never was in the position to go and afford to get an external disk drive. I do now. In fact, I may get another one. But one of the other things that I wanted to mention also is I am going to be getting back into my tutorials. I will be starting a new program in video editing, not Vegas, and I will explain in that video when I get there why. Another thing that I'm going to be adding is I've gotten into photography, and I've been wanting to do that for years, and it's so much easier now with digital cameras. I've been using Photoshop for years. I've been using Photoshop since 2003. So one of the main things that I wanted to do was to, manipulate my photos or should I say enhance my photos in Photoshop like I've always wanted to do. Now I have that opportunity. And then eventually offer tips and reviews related to photography. And at some point I would also like to sell my photographs. So those are some of the things that I just wanted to touch on really quick. And again, I want to thank all my subscribers, everybody that subscribed. You don't know how much that means to me. Those of you that have stuck with me all these years, thank you so much. And for all you new subscribers, well, I owe you a bit of information too. Letting you know what's been going on. I've got this channel, but I've got no activity on there except that one video explaining where I've been, and that was it. And I thought pretty sure, I was actually certain that I was going to be able to start tutorials. But my mind hasn't been in the right place, and I have a lot of things going on here. We got a new landlord. That's a story in itself, but, if things can't get worse, well, like the saying goes, if it doesn't rain, it pours, which is the case here. But I hope to be back as soon as possible, and that's the cats playing. They always get going when I'm busy doing something. So anyway, I just... I hope you understand, and I think what I'm going to start doing is, so that I can get some content going and stuff, maybe give myself a little bit of motivation and get my mind in the right place, at least halfway where it was before. I'm going to start off with some product and possibly service reviews. So look for that, and I'm not going to say in a few days, but look for that, and I am working on some product reviews. So I guess that covers that. If there's anything I forgot, I'll have to write it down and put it in another video. Anyway, thanks for watching.